songs.
We're on our way. Are you excited?
Yeah!
What do you think we'll find today?
It could be short or tall,
Bigger than us all,
near or far.
or faster than a car, but whatever it is, I know that we're gonna catch it, oh. Like yesterday, my friend and I rode a hot air balloon way up high. It was the coolest thing we'd ever done in the sky, and I tried to catch it, oh yeah. Catch it, not with a net, no, catch it, keep it in my heart. It's times like this that I don't wanna pass me by. I wanna take it in, I'm gonna try to catch it, not with a net, no, catch it, keep it in my heart.
PBS Kids presents the all-new Peg Plus Cat, where sometimes the fun starts with a problem.
These crazy chickens think the farm is a chicken playground.
Sometimes with a song.
Cheese and pickles.
Pickles and cheese.
Gimme that sandwich, please.
And sometimes it's just fun.
Ow.
Woohoo!
Oh, sheesh.
Peg Plus Cat, an all-new show starting Monday, October 7th on PBS Kids.
Maya and Miguel have a secret.
What did you hear?
They're on weekdays.
This is going to be so great! Yeah! We'll be heroes! I didn't think we could pull it off!
Maya and Miguel, weekdays on PBS Kids Go, or watch anytime you want at pbskidsgo.org.
Calling all super readers! Want to go on a reading adventure? Then get ready for Super Y. Join the super readers. Alpha Pig, Wonder Red, Princess Presto, and Super Y. The fun starts when the reading begins. It's Super Y.
Join us weekdays at 9:30 on 13.
Thomas and Friends is made possible in part by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Thomas and Friends, making tracks to great destinations.
Dear Christopher, here is your friend Thomas the Tank Engine. He wanted to come out of his station yard and see the world. These stories tell you how he did it. I hope you will like them because you helped me to make them. Your loving Daddy.
Rusty red scrap iron. Diesel was very pleased with his nickname for Henry. Old square wheels, he chuckled to himself. Brilliant. Suits Henry down to the rails. The cars sniggered. How clever of Duck to think of it, they said to each other. We know, don't we, that it was really Diesel who had made the name up, but the freight cars didn't. Diesel had told them it was Duck, and the cars believed what they were told. Look, they whispered every time Henry went past. There's old square wheels. Henry was furious. Everyone knew that James disliked Diesels, so it was a surprise when Diesel and James got on well together. James showed Diesel where things were in the yard. And Diesel worked hard once he had settled down. But he was very full of self-importance. I'm up to date and revolutionary, he boasted. I'll soon get this yard working smoothly. The freight cars hadn't really liked Diesel to start with, and when he began to order them about, they liked him even less. But, being cars, they were sly and didn't show it.
"Keep on the right side of him,"
they whispered to each other.
"We'll get our own back one day."
One morning, James asked Diesel to get some cars ready for him. "I need the vans from the far side of the yard," he told Diesel. But Diesel, full of himself and not listening properly, thought James said, "Leave the vans on the far side of the yard." So Diesel took no notice of those vans. He collected all the rest and put them ready for James to take away. When James arrived, he found, of course, that he had the wrong train. By this time, Diesel was nowhere to be seen. James hated shunting. "Where's that Diesel?" he grumbled as he arranged his own train. "Off somewhere being revolutionary, I suppose. Wait till I see him. I'll give him revolution." But the delay with the vans made James so late that he could not get back to the shed that night. This made him even crosser. When he did finally meet Diesel again, Diesel was left in no doubt of what James thought about him. Diesel slunk away, growling crossly to himself. "How dare he speak to me like that?" he muttered. "Anyone can make a mistake. I'll teach him a lesson, you see if I don't." Next day, Diesel was talking to some cars in the yard. "James has been here a long time," he remarked. "He must be very old."
"Not as old as Edward and Thomas," replied the freight cars. "Thomas was here first to help build the railway, but Edward is older. The other engines used to tease him about it, but he proved them wrong."
"How?" asked Diesel.
"It was before even I came," said one old freight car slowly. "But the way I heard it was that one day James ran away. Just trundled off down the line without his driver and fireman."
"Goodness gracious!" Diesel exclaimed. "What happened?" The car paused.
"Well," he went on, "Edward was nearby. An inspector got a cable and rode on Edward's buffer beam until Edward caught James up. Running on the other line, you see. Then he dropped a loop of cable over James's buffer. They slowed James down with Edward's brakes so that the fireman could get into James's cab and stop him. They didn't tease Edward after that."
"Quite right," said Diesel. "I bet James felt silly." "It's funny, isn't it?" he went on. "If James stood out in the rain for a bit, he'd soon be just the color he is, red with rust." The freight cars sniggered. Suddenly, Diesel had an idea. He growled away, looking thoughtful. "You know that story you told me about James?" he said when he saw the freight cars again. "I told Duck about it in the shed, and guess what he said?" He paused. The cars waited. They knew Diesel was going to tell them anyway. "Duck said," Diesel went on impressively, It was no wonder that Edward caught up with him, because James is only rusty red scrap iron. Wasn't that rude? But that's what Duck said. The silly cars believed every word. They tittered.
Wait till we tell the others.
The story went round quickly, and when James came to the yard, the freight cars laughed rudely at him.
Here's old scrap iron,
they chortled.
Look at him, just a heap of rusty red scrap iron.
James soon found out why. His feelings can be imagined. That duck, he hissed furiously. Just let him wait. I'll make him duck. Diesel, lurking in the background, smirked triumphantly.
The island of Sodor is a wonderful place. There are lots and lots of engines. Who's that puffing along the track? It's Henry. Henry is a big green engine with a big green coal tender. The number 3 is painted on the side. Henry's firebox needs special coal. When that burns brightly and his steam puffs proudly, Henry is as fast and as strong as any engine. Sometimes he wishes he could pull the express. One day, Henry's wish came true. he saw a group of children by a tree in the forest. They told Henry it was a wishing tree. So Henry wished he could pull the express. The next day, Gordon was sent to the repair yards. Henry was to pull the express. His wish had come true. This made Henry very happy. But later, Henry wasn't happy. Passengers were jiggled and jolted. Food flew in the air, and buffers were bashed and biffed. Henry felt terrible. Henry went back to the wishing tree. He wished he would never have to pull the express again. Henry always works hard to do the best job he can. One day, Henry puffed over to the Scottish castle. Sir Topham Hatt asked him to collect a new flagpole. Henry looked everywhere for something tall. He was so busy looking up at Cranky, who was tall, that he biffed into a flatbed. The flagpole rolled right off it, and Salty rolled right over it. The brand new flagpole snapped in two. Henry had to find another flagpole. He puffed all over the island, but he couldn't find one. At last, he chuffed sadly back to Brendam Docks. Then Henry saw an old sailing ship. Visitors were taking photographs of it. Suddenly, Henry saw he had found the new flagpole. The old mast was perfect for the job. And he was right. Sir Topham Hatt was very pleased, and that made Henry happy. That night, the flag was hoisted on the old ship's mast. It looked wonderful. Henry thought it was the nicest thing he had ever seen. Henry is everyone's friend. He cares about everyone. He is really useful and really happy to be Henry. Thomas is waiting to cross a new bridge, but the bridge isn't finished. The workmen need to put in the last pieces to make it safe. Can you help them put in the missing pieces? Look at these different shapes. This piece is a circle shape. It's round like a wheel. This piece is a square shape. It has 4 straight sides, all the same size. And this piece is a triangle. It has 3 sides and 3 corners. Now, let's look at the bridge. Which piece do you think should go in this space? What about the circle shape? No. The circle is round like a wheel. It has no corners. What about the triangle? Yes. The triangle is the right shape for the space. It has 3 sides and 3 corners. Now the workmen need to find another missing piece. Which piece do you think should go in this space? What about the square shape? No, the square is the wrong shape. It has 4 straight sides. What about the circle shape? Yes, the circle is round like a wheel, and it is the right shaped piece to fit in that space. Now there is one last piece the workmen have to fit into the bridge. And there's only one left, the square shape. Do you think the square shape will fit in this space? Yes, the square with 4 straight sides, all the same size, is the right shape. All the missing pieces have been found. The bridge is finished now, Thomas. You can go safely on your way. Well done, Thomas. Here are two important places. They both store things that steam engines need. This place is tall. There's a round part at the top with a pointed roof. And there are 4 long legs that come down from it. It's a tower. Here's Toby. He needs something from this tower. Can you guess what it is? It's something that an engine needs to make steam. Water. That's right. This is a water tower. Toby has lots of water in his boiler now. This place has a big square part at the top and a chute that leads down. Something is going into the big square part that comes out of the chute at the bottom. It's a hopper. Here's Percy. He's collecting something from the hopper. Can you guess what it is? It's something engines need to burn in their firebox. Coal. That's right. This is a coal hopper. Percy has lots of coal now. See you soon, Percy. See you soon, Toby.
Galloping Sausage. Duck was tired. He had been working hard and he needed to rest in the big shed. But James was blocking his way.
Go away, James hissed crossly. You can't come in.
Why? Protested Duck.
The trucks say you've been calling me names,
James said furiously.
They say you called me Rusty Red Scrap Iron.
I didn't, said Duck. And you called me Old Square Wheels, interrupted Henry. Diesel told me this morning. I haven't called any of you names, insisted Duck.
I think Devious Diesel is telling tales to get me into trouble, he sighed.
But Henry and James didn't believe Duck. Duck was sad, and he trundled away to spend the night in a siding. Diesel was delighted. His trick had worked. He had disliked Duck ever since his first morning in the yard, when Duck told him to fetch some trucks, but Diesel hadn't listened properly. He collected the wrong ones, and the Fat Controller was very cross. Diesel chuckled to himself when he saw Duck the next morning. Right, he said in his oily voice. Now James and Henry are on my side. What can I do about Gordon, I wonder? A few days later, he heard some trucks talking in the yard.
Gordon thinks he can go faster than anyone else, they chattered. But how can he? He's old.
Not as old as me,
wheezed an elderly guards van, who had came from the other railway many years before.
I remember the days on my old line, when the big engines like Gordon were named after horses which had won a race called the Derby. Lemberg was one, and Pretty Polly was another. What a silly name for an engine.
The trucks laughed.
Have you noticed,
said a small truck,
that Gordon looks like he's galloping when he comes straight towards you? Just like a horse,
he chuckled mischievously. That's to do with the way his sidebars are attached to his wheels, Steele explained as he purred away. He thought about the truck's conversation that day as he shunted. Next morning, the weather grew very hot. Heat haze shimmered around the boilers of Henry and Gordon as they stood outside the shed. Henry had just had his water tank filled, and was moving away from the water tower. Gordon did not need water, but he had to pass the water tower to get to the station. As he did so, water from the dripping water hose splashed onto his boiler, which was so hot that the water sizzled and popped.
"Just like sausages in a frying pan,"
remarked Diesel's driver. Diesel smiled to himself. He had just had an idea. "Do you know what Duck said about God?" Diesel whispered to the trucks the next day. Before the trucks could reply, Diesel continued. "Duck says Gordon looks like a galloping sausage." The trucks tittered. "Oh, you shouldn't laugh," Diesel said sternly. "Duck was being very rude." But trucks don't care about good manners. Soon the Galloping Sausage story had spread all around the yard. And worst of all, everyone thought that Duck had started the story. It wasn't long, of course, before Gordon heard what was being said about him. As Diesel expected, Gordon was furious.
"Galloping sausage?"
he snorted indignantly.
"I've never been so insulted in all my life. What do you mean by it, Duck?"
"I'm sorry, Gordon," said Duck. "I don't know anything about it." Gordon let off steam loudly.
"That's what you said to James and Henry," he hissed. "The trucks all say it's you. Diesel asked them about it. Didn't you, Diesel?"
Diesel agreed.
"I am a strong engine," Gordon said proudly. "Not a galloping sausage."
Duck went sadly away to find his next train. And a few days later, the Fat Controller sent him away to help Edward on his branch line. The Fat Controller didn't like his railway to be disrupted by silly stories. He intended to find out which engine had been making all the trouble. And when the silly stories were still being told after Duck had gone, he knew which engine was to blame. The Fat Controller had to sort everything out, and wasted no time. He spoke to Diesel, who was sent away in disgrace. And soon after that, Duck came back. Duck was given a great welcome by the other engines.
"We're sorry we didn't listen to you,"
they said.
"Please forgive us."
Duck did, of course. And now, I'm glad to say, all the engines are now the best of friends again.
Thomas and Friends is made possible in part by and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
PBS Kids.
Your PBS Kids Go friends are ready for anything.
Ready to fight a little crime?
Oh, hi!
This is a pretty big deal, huh?
Presto!
And now they're ready for you. Weekdays on PBS Kids Go or anytime you want at pbskidsgo.org.
Hey, you guys!
What's up, Shock? Up here!
Hey! It's us! And Danny Rebus.
Nice bug suit.
And look! It's a puzzle. Flip the S plus switch. Flip the switch!
Join us weekday afternoons at 5 on 13.